Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of Mailbox. On this episode of Mailbox, we're addressing different mails from different people from all over the world. My name is Adeshin, and with me is
Wale.
Our first mail today is from Tariq from UAE. He says, my best friend told my girlfriend what I confided in him. I told my best friend a private complaint about my girlfriend, and he went behind my back and repeated it to her. She said she's been acting protective lately, and I'm starting to think he likes her. Do I confront him or distance myself quietly?
I actually think that might be a bit extreme for you to distance yourself or even confront him. Your relationship is with the lady, so to speak. Number one, you're learning very fast not to actually even speak about your girlfriend with anybody else.
Right.
If you have a challenge with your girlfriend, let it be between yourself and your girlfriend, not somebody else. And it's extremely important that you do not take those things for granted. So these are the first telltale signs. It's not about him, it's about the person you have a relationship with. I also want to believe that relationship is on value system. If you have that value that, you respect the lady, in fact, it must be out of respect that you're speaking to the lady so that there are certain conversations that should never be repeated anywhere else. So it's not about the boy or your best friend, so to speak. You made him, you gave him the role of best friend, but you are in a much more tighter position with the lady. And if that kind of situation is coming in where he's going behind your back to have that kind of conversation, obviously he doesn't have the capacity to retain those kind of information and then deal with the lady.
Yes. So there's this thing they call relationship switch that people actually do. So it's like it's always a triangle form of relationship where there are friendship between two people. You bring in another person and you still assume that your loyalty is still that party, but there's already a switch and you don't realize that there's already a switch. So clearly from your story, it shows that the person you called your best friend, his loyalty now not lies with you. It lies with the girl. Because really, for what reason exactly would you go behind me to go and talk to my girlfriend on a complaint? So it means that is either favor or you are trying to look good. So even for you, you have a lot of decisions to make. So it's not you don't even have to rush into cutting off. You must really look at that season film because you are still going to season 40. You are just starting.
It's unfolding.
Yes, it's unfolding. So there are a lot of mystery in that conversation that if you truncate it on time, you might really not know where the journey is leading. Where it's leading to. Now, because you have, friends can actually gist. That's the truth. You can actually, it's just that, the way we present somebody we claim to love, it matters too.
Right.
So if I'm complaining to you about a partner now, my complaint is out of, I want this to change.
Sure.
This is not looking good. Or I can complain to you in a derogatory manner, say, oh, this guy can't even do better, So that's the problem. The problem is in the delivery. Right. It's not because it's a big deal. Yeah, my friend, who else am I supposed to be having a conversation with? An outsider or somebody, you understand? So he's really not done anything wrong, but he also should check how you speak about somebody you claim to love.
Right.
So if I'm talking to my friend about, say, my husband, there's a way in which I'm going to relate to you that it won't make you start hating on him. Yeah. It will make you have compassion on him and want to advise me to pray more from me. Right. So you also must check
how you're relating
to people around you, about people, because show me your friend, I'll show who you are. If you come to be telling people that I expect that you guys are 5 and 6, you are talking bad about that person. Even me, I should be careful.
Absolutely.
That I'm supposed to be the next person that they are coming for. So don't be in a hurry to even cut. There's nothing to cut. It looks like insecurity even for you. Yeah. What did you tell your friend that is making you quickly make that decision? So just ensure that when you're reporting, when you're very close to somebody and you're talking to them to another party, you are delivering the message with grace of hoping the person changes or hoping the situation changes, or if you can even help me speak Or I'm just saying it, but I just think, she can do better, or she can, I know we'll rally around it. You understand what I'm saying? So pretty much work on yourself and take your time about that relationship. Don't be in a hurry to make those decisions. So that would take us to our next question. The next mail is from Sifo from, I hope I pronounced it right, from South Africa. My friend wants to defraud his rich father. A close friend told me he's planning to dupe his father. He says he's not stealing since his dad is rich. But I know he's wrong. Now I feel trapped with information I don't want. Do I walk away or warn someone?
Okay, so I'm in my head imagining what your age is like and all of that. The truth about the matter is that it's none of your business to warn anyone. And as a matter of fact, you should do better with your kind of friendship, which is if you don't have the same value system with these friends, who find it very easy to defraud their own father, you're next. Because if you watch them defraud their own father, your father will be next or you will be next. So it is extremely important that you remove yourself from that particular conversation, that situation. You don't need to rat out on anybody. You don't need to tell anybody what the situation is. But you know that you as an individual must take better decision, judgment call on the kind of friends that you have.
Yeah, so if you can remember that old computer system that we used to use before, all those floppy disk, 3x4, all those things, when you put nonsense, it will just bring it back. You know, DVD. That whole DVD. Yeah. Once the thing has crashed like this, and you just insert it, it brings it out. You clean it, you insert it. You must put it in a level of sanitation cleaning that will make it stay. That's how human beings do it. So I can't control how dead your mind is, or whatever you expose yourself with. I can control how much I'm into you in terms of friendship, how close we are. If they drop an information or they tell you something, or somebody comes to you with a set of information, it's how you react to that information that will really tell if you're actually into it. Because most times, a lot of people play diplomacy that, oh, it's not my father's money. They'll bring the money, I will go chop them now, you know? Like, I can't remember somebody I was trying to counsel or having a conversation that an elderly person, which is a female, the guy said the woman was offering him some money, you know, to just be his friend. And I said, how long will this go? Say, I know, I go just chop him. Like, I'll just collect the money and I spend it. Oh, she has a lot of money. I said, no, that is wrong. Your value system, you are not even helping. So the fact that somebody is offering you money, so same thing. If somebody is bringing an information to you that you know that it doesn't cut across your value system, immediately you have to shut it down and let the person know. It's not that I'm not part of. When you say, oh, I'm not part, you are still part. Yeah. Somehow. Not until the day they catch the guy that you don't say, but I told him. No, that's not when you become you people are criminal together. Why you are?
You're an accomplice.
Accomplice, yes, in law. You are actually an accomplice. So it's important that immediately it tells you about what he wants to do, you have to shut it down almost immediately and warn him as to whatever that he's doing. That way, even if he's still going to do it, you won't be an accomplice anymore. He won't come to you. He might still go ahead to do it because as far as you are not aware and you are not part, and subsequently, they won't be bringing all those dead informations to you, information that needs to do with theft, things that are illegal. They will pick you out of people. Have you not seen situations whereby people want to actually make decisions? They will say, please talk to that person. That's the only person that can tell you the honest truth. Every other person, forget them. So we must be able to build a character that even our friends will identify where we stand. Right. So pretty much, I think we've been able to address your mail to a certain extent. This will take us to the last mail of today from Bella. Bella is from Nigeria. She says, I went into coma with no explanation. I collapsed one morning and slipped into a coma for a few days. But doctors still cannot explain what caused it. Everyone in my family is calling it a spiritual attack. While the doctor insists it's just an unexplained medical event, I'm stuck between fear and confusion. How do I make sense of something that makes no sense?
I think the human mind literally wants explanation for everything.
Everything, yeah.
And I think it's the right thing to actually be, right? Now, what you need to know is that everybody's correct in this entire conversation. One, man is a spirit being, has a body, has a soul. And so when certain events are not explained, it doesn't give logic to the sense of supremacy, which is the supreme God. So there is actually a medical science to this particular conversation about your comatose state for days. And the scripture actually made mention of something. It says that it is the glory of God to conceal a matter.
Right.
It said it is the honor of kings, which is us, to reveal that matter out. There is an explanation for it. And as you keep pushing, spiritual attack does not mean that there is no explanation to it.
Right.
Spiritual attack means that there is actually an explanation for it, to it. And once you find out, you might actually, in fact, the reason why you're curious is so that you can help somebody else. And you shouldn't be confused or in a state, it's the will of God that you're still alive today. And so you must find out what could possibly happen. And if you search deep down, you will eventually find those things out. It might come on the backdrop of tests on different things, why some people can go into coma, unexplained and all of that. But when you continue, you would actually find that particular answer.
Yeah, just like you said, she said she went into coma with no explanation. Going into coma for days is actually a serious, it's not a joke at all. That everybody should just, so it's valid if you're stuck between fear and confusion. So I also think medically you need to probe further. Because, we also know that medical exposure and test, it has limits too in some places. Or probably it's possible. They might not discover nothing because that's their limits. You still need to probe further as to your health status. However, you must also not leave it into human hand. You must leave everything into God's hand. And you must understand that your victory is sure on the situation. Whatever is going is good. And I think you also need to disclose fully. Because we've also have experiences over time of people that, were actually thinking this is the situation, it's actually another situation. So you shouldn't even take it lightly because it's your health. Anything can go wrong with this body. One must be able to actually know the status of your body so that you can deal it. They say prevention is better than cure. However, also pray. Pray for good health, pray for long life, pray for prosperity. In as much as you are praying for every other thing that you want from God, I think health too is very important that you put in the hand. And what you also expose yourself to is also critical. So pretty much, I think we've been able to address your mail. So that'll be all on today's episode of Mailbox. The next time, my name is Adeshion, and with me is
Wale. Peace.